I just read Google's official response to the recent Google antitrust ruling, and that made me think again about whether this ruling is actually good for SEO. I'm watching in horror as we all collectively miss the point. Google is not only allowed to keep Chrome and Android. They got permission to kill our profession. Picture this. Google's executives are popping champagne bottles right now, not just because they escaped being broken up. They're celebrating because Judge Mehta just handed them the ultimate get-out-of-jail-free card for the most audacious traffic heist in internet history. Let me paint you the real picture of what just happened. Google's official response wasn't panic. It was barely concealed glee wrapped in corporate doublespeak. They called the DOJ's proposals unprecedented government overreach. But here's what they're not saying. This ruling just gave them regulatory cover to accelerate the one strategy that could make our entire career obsolete. Let's break down the judge's actual words. Google's monopoly was built on exclusive agreements, not superior products. Translation: your AI is fine, your algorithms are fine, your zero-click strategy is fine. Just don't force people to use them through exclusive deals. Google's response: challenge accepted. Watch this. Here's the number that keeps me awake at night. Over 65% of Google searches already end without a single click to any website. That number has been climbing like a rocket as Google rolls out AI overviews and featured snippets. Before this ruling, there was at least a glimmer of hope. Maybe antitrust pressure would force Google to dial back these traffic-killing features. Maybe regulatory concerns would push them to actually send users to the websites they're stealing content from. Instead, Judge Mehta just told Google, your search technology is legally sound and competitive. Translation: full speed ahead on the zero-click future. And here's the real kicker. The one thing that could have saved Jesse SEO traffic wasn't even mentioned in this ruling. Right now, Google is force-feeding your content into their AI overview machine without asking. They scrape your articles, process them through their AI, and serve up sanitized summaries that eliminate any reason for users to visit your site. Don't like it? Aside. Here's your choice. Remove your entire site from Google search or watch your traffic get cannibalized by AI-generated summaries of your own content. It's digital extortion with a corporate smile. I desperately hoped this antitrust case would address this fundamental theft. Maybe force Google to create separate opt-outs. Maybe require explicit consent before turning your content into zero-click answers. We got nothing. The ruling focuses on boring distribution agreements while completely ignoring the content heist that's destroying publisher traffic in real time. Connect these dots with me, because this is where the nightmare really begins. We start with legal validation. The court just blessed Google's AI technology as natural innovation. Next step, regulatory cover. Google can now point to this ruling when critics complain about zero-click results. Next, data expansion. They're allowed to collect data, just need to share with competitors. And last step, AI acceleration. No more regulatory fear holding back AI overview rollouts. Google can now roll out AI overviews at warp speed, expand zero-click results aggressively, and move toward keeping users trapped in their ecosystem, all while claiming they're operating within the legal framework established by the antitrust victory. It's the perfect PR cover for traffic destruction. My first reaction is breaking my heart now. I was excited about multi-engine optimization now that Google can't make exclusive deals. I was talking about optimizing for Bing and DuckDuckGo when they get access to Google's data. But I was missing the forest for the trees. If Google successfully transitions to AI-powered search where queries are answered without clicks, it won't matter how many search engines exist. Every platform will be incentivized to adopt similar zero-click strategies to compete. The ruling meant to increase competition might have just accelerated the death of click-through traffic across all platforms. Here's the most insidious part. Those so-called pro-competition data sharing requirements might actually benefit Google more than anyone else. Now, when Google expands their surveillance capabilities, when they hoover up more behavioral data through Chrome, when they extend their tracking tentacles across the web, they have the perfect excuse. We need this data to comply with court-ordered sharing requirements. Just what powers better AI systems that can provide more complete answers within search results. More data. Google just got regulatory approval to expand their data collection in service of their zero-click future. Here's what I think happens next, and why the timeline is more compressed than anyone realizes. In the next 6 months, Google accelerates AI overview deployment using this ruling as validation. In the next 18 months, AI overviews appear for the majority of informational queries. Within 3 years, most commercial queries get AI-generated product recommendations displayed directly in search results. And SEO professionals will spend those 3 years optimizing for organic results that a shrinking percentage of users will ever see. What if this entire antitrust case was never about breaking up Google's current monopoly? What if it was about ensuring Google couldn't use exclusive deals to maintain dominance as search evolves into something completely different? Judge Mehta seems to believe AI will naturally create competition in search. But what if Google's AI doesn't compete with traditional search? What if it replaces search entirely? A world where users get AI-generated answers without visiting external websites isn't a competitive search landscape. It's a post-search landscape. And Google's reaction tells us everything. They're not panicking about keeping Chrome or Android. They're celebrating because they just received judicial validation for their zero-click AI future. While everyone else prepares for increased search engine competition, Google is preparing for the obsolescence of search engine traffic entirely. The question isn't whether you're ready to optimize for multiple search engines. The question is whether you're ready for a world where search engine optimization becomes irrelevant because users stop clicking through to websites at all. Google didn't lose this case. They won permission to accelerate the strategy that could end SEO as we know it. The diversification strategies everyone recommends, building email lists, expanding to social media, developing direct traffic, aren't just good practices anymore. They're survival requirements. Because a world where AI satisfies user queries without clicks is a world where traditional SEO becomes as relevant as Yellow Pages advertising. So let me ask again, is this DOJ ruling actually good for SEO? On the surface, sure. We dodged the bullet of platform fragmentation. Google's ecosystem stays intact. There's potential for more search engine competition. But dig deeper, and this might be the worst possible outcome for our industry. Google now has judicial validation to accelerate their zero-click AI strategy while we're all distracted by the false promise of increased competition. The ruling we thought would protect us might have just signed our professional death warrant. And honestly, it is time to optimize for AI, not to search engines. The game has changed. It is not about search engine optimization. It is all about generative AI engine optimization. It is not about SEO. It is about GEO. The question is, are you ready to change with it, or will you keep optimizing for a future that's already been decided? If so, subscribe, and in the next videos, I'll reveal my strategies to optimize for AI.